Hey y'all, this is Daniel. Welcome to Blunt Talk, baby. How we doing? Episode 15. How we doing, my people? Thank you for joining us today in this lovely occasion where we're going to be talking basketball, whether it's college basketball or NBA basketball. And what better person to do it than one of my good friends who playing at SRC, aka the Ryder Intramural Basketball Court. You know what I'm saying? We got my boy, Not Jesus. How we doing, G?
Yo, what's good, my boy?
First question I ask everyone on the podcast: how's your quarantine been so far?
You know, just same old, same old. Go to work, come back. That's it.
Got you. I feel you. But at least you're working. At least you're working. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
For me, now that I graduated, it's basically been more applications, more
yeah,
applications. And I finally was able to start hooping now because like down here in Virginia, they took down all the rims from like every park.
yeah. It's the same over here. It
So
sucks.
so they finally put them up in like the park that's across the street from my house. So I've been hooping finally. I got in the rhythm. I'm trying to like I'm undefeated so far in the summer, but like, I mean I played the same person nonstop, so it's not
Bro, I haven't played basketball in like I'd probably say 2-3 months, bro. It sucks.
I feel that. That was me like a couple weeks ago, and I felt that because it's like,
Yeah,
bro, the first time I went to shoot, my shoulder hurt, my elbows hurt. I was like, what is this? Like,
yeah. It's gonna take some time.
hmm but hey, everything's looking like it's going a little bit forward, no matter where
Yeah,
you are in the U.S. Like some areas, of course, but that's not what we're talking about. But I'm just saying, like, maybe soon in the future you'll be able to like get back into it.
yeah. I
So
hope so.
So we'll start off with the first topic of our podcast today. Basically, you are a Brooklyn Nets fan and a Kyrie Irving
Yes,
prodigy.
sir.
I'm gonna say, not even just fan, because the way you play basketball on the court and you like with the crossover and the handles, like you Kyrie Irving in the flesh. So first off,
Yes, sir.
so first off, how do you feel about Kyrie Irving's like chemistry issues? Like he said, "Oh, well, I don't want to be on a team with LeBron. Let me go to my own team and do my own thing." And then he got injured. The Celtics did really good without him. They almost made it to the finals. They were one game away from the finals. Then
Yeah,
Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward back for round two, and it's like, okay, baby, we got this. And then Kyrie Irving's talking about the planet being flat or like the like whatever, like man's on some. So what do you think is the problem? Do you think it's a Kyrie issue, or do you think it was just like at fault to like the teams he was a part of?
Uh, I don't really think it's necessarily a Kyrie issue. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I was his teammate, I'd want him to like express himself, not hold anything in, because like we're a team, we're supposed to be a family.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I feel like the media just makes it sound way worse than what it really is. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like some of the things that he's like the Earth being flat, like the world being flat. I don't really care about that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like with the Celtics, it just was like it just wasn't a right fit for him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because you got Jason Tatum, you got Jalen Brown,
Mm-hmm.
and you got like all these other guys, Marcus Smart. So it's probably just hard for him to, get accustomed to that.
For me, the one thing when you think about it, you have all these young talent in that team, like Tatum, Brown, and Smart still is relatively young. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
they all didn't get enough of the sugar. You know what I mean? And with Kyrie
yeah,
Irving, he's such a ball handling not isolation necessarily, but you know what I mean? He's just ball
yeah.
dominant. He needs the ball to create.
He needs the ball.
And even though he's in a point guard body, the way he plays, he doesn't necessarily like he's not a floor general like Chris Paul. He's gonna pass the ball, make sure everyone gets it. He's gonna try to get his shots, try to get in the lane, try to drive, dribble, whatever. And
Yeah,
they needed a like with Kemba Walker now. Like Kemba Walker's very offensive minded in his own right, but like he at least it's a fit. Doesn't need the ball always. Kemba Walker can move without the ball, if that makes
yeah,
sense. So that's why I thought Kyrie didn't. It's not necessarily a Kyrie Irving issue. He played a part in it. Him being the one that wanted to. Well, I mean, yeah, kind of wanted to be in Boston because that was going to be his team. But you know what I'm getting at with it.
yeah,
But it's not completely his fault.
yeah. It's kind of like it's a whole thing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. How about now with Brookylyn? That he's like, it looks like he's enjoying life, not playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? Because like
Yeah,
the season with the injuries, and he's like, yeah, don't worry. Like you guys weren't gonna be good right away, even though you guys were decent.
No, yeah, of course not.
You guys were decent, but you have to wait the year for KD, and then Kyrie. You can tell that Kyrie didn't like fought it through when he did
Yeah,
go to the Nets, and then it's like, oh wait, I gotta deal with this a whole year.
yeah.
What?
I feel like the way that he likes the Nets like since a kid. You know, he posted that stuff on his Instagram and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like he went in just expecting everything to click immediately, and it wasn't going to do that. Like
Yeah.
he didn't even have KD. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so like no. I feel like they're going to make it work though. They got talent.
They do. They actually are a very deep loaded team. And the one thing I find hilarious for the Nets is you guys are in so many trade rumors. Like, oh, let's trade LeBert and let's trade Joe Harris and this other
Yeah,
person. Let's get Bradley Beal.
Spencer
Let's get
Dinwiddie.
TJ McCollum. Let's get this person. How do you feel about that? Do you think you need another piece? Because I feel like you guys are okay with just
I feel
KD.
like I don't think there needs to be another piece. You know, their team's deep. You got Kyrie, you got KD. That's solid right there. And then you got DeAndre Jordan. You got Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, like Joe Harris. You got all these guys. Like,
It's kind of crazy how Spencer Dinwiddie plays like an all-star when Kyrie ain't playing.
yeah, it's crazy. It's
And
like,
that was happening with D'Angelo Russell. I'm a big fan. I mean, not a big fan. All right, let me rephrase that. I was a big supporter of KD coming to the Nets if it meant that D'Angelo Russell would stay there. Because I felt like
yeah,
D'Angelo Russell, he'd been there a year already. The team fit and click already with him. So I don't know. I felt like that was a better dynamic because just Kyrie Irving with the injuries he had this season and the way that he was like not motivated because of the KD situation.
yeah,
So I feel like it's a different perspective if you had D'Angelo Russell there. You know what I'm getting at?
yeah. I wanted them to keep D'Lo too. I wanted it to be Kyrie, D'Lo,
That,
KD. That's what I
that would have
wanted.
been lit.
That would have been crazy.
That would have been lit. Well, how do you feel about DeAndre Jordan and Jared Allen? Because I get it. DeAndre Jordan went there so you could get KD and Kyrie, well, whatever you want to
Yeah,
call that, like if that's true or not. But like Jared Allen is still like a 22 shot blocking machine.
yeah. I feel like when they get KD back, I feel like they should start Jared Allen and DeAndre Jordan.
You're
Like
going back.
that'd be because
You're
then you
going back
got
to basics. Because I mean, to be fair, KD is such a good shooter. I feel
yeah,
like when you say that, it's like you could actually run with that. So you would say like Kyrie, Dinwiddie / LeBert,
and
then
then you got
KD, and
KD.
the two bigs.
Yeah,
I never thought about it like that, but now I think about it because KD can shoot, and then okay, that
yeah,
would
and then
that
you
would,
just got your two bigs who don't really need the ball, so you can give the ball to your Kyrie and KD. They can handle the ball most of the time.
but if they're having an off shooting night,
Yeah,
then
that's what I'm saying. Then you gotta take that pros and cons.
that's interesting. That's an interesting situation because I'm Bleacher Report, ESPN. I've been reading like, oh my God, they should trade Jared Allen for this, and I'm like, no, 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 no.
No, Jared Allen's nice.
Jared Allen is
I
nice.
like Jared Allen.
Like he's from Texas. Do you remember like in college, like at least that he went to
Yeah,
Texas? Like in college, he was a beast, and I don't know. I feel like he still had the potential. He's still young.
he's still young.
You
What
shouldn't
is he like?
sideline him to the
He's
bench.
like what, 23?
22, 23.
22, yeah.
So we'll see how that happens. But as in like the return to right now the NBA that's happening in Orlando, how do you feel like your Brooklyn Nets will fare in this like regular season / playoffs?
Uh, I don't know, man. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the way that they were playing, like when the season was still going on,
Mm-hmm.
they had their ups and downs.
Mm-hmm.
But Kyrie's not going to play,
Yeah,
so
I
I
find
don't
it
know.
interesting
We'll
because
see what
like
they do.
I find it interesting since he's not gonna play, but he's like the voice about the creating a new
Yeah,
league or like fuck the NBA, we'll just do our own thing. Like,
yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
apparently that wasn't true though. His teammates were saying like he didn't say any of that shit.
really?
Yeah, I
The
seen it
media
on
talks
Twitter.
a lot. That's the thing. So
Yeah, it's the media, man. I'm telling you, they make him look like the bad guy.
I wish that Kyrie would have never left LeBron James. That's my opinion on Kyrie.
Me
I feel
either.
like
I
I
feel
feel
like
like him with LeBron would have been like the father-son relationship LeBron was looking for in an NBA player.
yeah. I they. I just wish. I don't know. I wish they could have like talked about it more or something. Like Kyrie could have went to LeBron like, yo, like I don't know what to do or something. Like, they could have just had a face-to-face one-on-one
Yeah,
conversation about it.
yeah. It was kind of
'Cause,
weird, and LeBron didn't like it when it happened. When they heard they traded for Isaiah Thomas and Jay Crowder,
yeah, he didn't
I was
like
not a
that.
fan of that. He was fuming. I
Yeah,
remember
he
that.
wanted Kyrie.
It's kind of crazy because after that one season that LeBron had no Kyrie in Cleveland, he had Derrick Rose, Isaiah Thomas, and Dwayne Wade all on the same team, and that was a
Yep.
dysfunctional mess.
Yeah, it was terrible
It just didn't click.
at all. Yeah, that was bad.
It didn't click. And they still had J.R. Smith representing Jersey, you know what I'm saying, with the LeBron meme, like, what the heck are you doing?
Yeah, man, I don't know. I feel like that whole team was it was so forced. It just wasn't going to work.
Yeah, it was a lot
It
of
needed
pieces
time.
that didn't make sense together.
Yeah,
But if you think about it, if it wasn't for that, Dwayne Wade would have not retired in Miami.
yeah, that's definitely a fact, though.
Because if I'm not mistaken, it was the Quentin Richardson and I'm blanking on the other guy. It's like they have a podcast called Knuckleheads, and they have all these NBA players, and they were talking with Dwayne Wade, and Dwayne Wade's like, I'm so happy I went to Cleveland because if it wasn't for that, bro, I would have not gotten the chance to retire in Miami.
Yeah,
So like it's kind of crazy how it all looped around, and people forget Dwayne Wade went for that one season in Chicago, and it also was a fucking mess.
yeah, that was bad.
Rondo and Jimmy.
Yeah,
You know Rondo. Rondo ain't a pushover, and Rondo likes to
yeah,
talk.
he's not going to back down.
And then you got my boy Jimmy.
Yeah,
Jimmy talks. Jimmy
Jimmy
talks.
talks
Like
shit. Yeah, he talks shit.
you need me to win. Like come on, bro. Like
Yeah,
you know what you're getting with Jimmy. So it's like putting him with Dwayne. I don't know. That was a weird Chicago Bulls team too.
yeah.
When I'm thinking about it. But so have you with the Nets? Like, is this your most memorable team that you remembered or that you liked?
I don't know. I like the Nets when they had Vince Carter, Richard Jefferson,
Yeah.
that old team, Jason Kidd. That team was nice.
I wish they stayed in Jersey, bro. And I'm not from
Yeah, me
Jersey, but I
too.
wish
I
they
miss
stayed
the
in
Nets.
Jersey. When the quarantine started, all I was doing was nonstop watching old NBA games, and one of the first ones I watched was like a double overtime Phoenix Suns versus New Jersey Nets game.
Oh,
Jason Kidd
I
had
know
like a
what you're talking
triple
about.
double. Steve Nash had like 15 assists behind the back passing. I was like, yo, I
Yeah,
forgot how good Steve Nash is, but
Steve.
I forgot
Yes,
how
yo,
good Jason Kidd was too, man.
yeah, he was a dog, man.
And
He
Richard
was a
Jefferson for
dog.
you guys. Richard Jefferson was an all-star basically in that
I
sense.
know.
And Vince Carter, the whole Vince Carter saga, if you ever go on YouTube and just like there's like the Vince Carter like history type like videos, the way how he left Toronto because of all like the media and like the hate and all like whatever, and then he
Yeah,
got to New Jersey. Like he went to New Jersey because he wanted to be in the States, and the fact he went to Jersey that made it. I don't know. It's like it was
yeah,
like the last piece of that team, in my opinion, because Richard Jefferson and Jason Kidd, and they. Am I wrong? Didn't the Nets made it in like the last 25 years to 2 finals or 1 finals?
yeah.
Was it because it wasn't against the
And
Lakers
they
and
lost.
Froby, but what year was it? 2000?
It was around there, like late 1990s, early 2000s. It was around there. But I know they lost. I think they got swept actually.
They had Kenyon Martin too, right? Big
Yeah,
boy Kenyon. Kenyon was a beast for y'all too, and what's his name? Nenad Kristic. I hope I
yeah,
did not
Kristen.
mispronounce it. Kristic was Joe Center at that time. I remember it. So what do you think's gonna happen with you guys next season though, when KD's back and Kyrie's back?
Next season, I got high hopes. I'm hoping finals.
Finals already? You haven't
Finals.
even seen if they gel, but you're saying finals.
Yep. I mean, anything's possible with KD,
Okay.
especially right now. He's kind of competing for a number one spot with LeBron right now.
Do you think KD's gonna come back like 100% though?
I hope so. He's been out a while.
And not only that, the injury is very like weird to see the people come back exactly
Yeah,
performing.
yeah, because people don't come back from those injuries. Like,
I know it's like it's a
good.
new age of technology, and like they can actually make sure that the person's like 100% healthy and all that. But it's still a
Yeah.
very serious injury. Like Dominique Wilkins, that's how his career ended with the same injury
Yep.
KD got. and it wasn't even the same thing. So
I know.
I just hope he does come back, because then like him coming back to full power restores like the conferences in a way. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because like the West
it
is
makes
so.
it better. It's gonna be way more competitive.
Mhm. And it brings another team to the top 4, 5, 6 like group that they already had in the East.
Yeah, I
Because
feel like
my bad. What are you saying? You
no,
feel?
you're good.
I was gonna say that like it's kind of crazy how this season, like the East, the top 6 teams, when you count Toronto, Philly, Indiana, Boston, Milwaukee, and Miami, they were like at the same level of the top teams in the West for the first time in a long
Yeah,
time. That's why like it's kind of crazy because the East was making a resurgence this season.
yeah, it's coming back, man. Especially like Miami.
No
Their
one
team,
expected that. No one expected that.
they're deep. They got some talent.
You know that they're the best shooting team in the league.
Yeah, they got Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson. They just got
Kelly Olynyk and
ballers.
Myers Leonard out here being like those big bigs that
Yeah,
just shoot and nothing.
especially Myers Leonard. Like that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They got some ballers on that team. That team is like, it's all around. It's not just they don't have really like one star. I mean, they Jimmy Butler, but like
But
still
Jimmy
got
Butler don't even
Bam.
take all the shots. He's just there
Yeah,
enjoying the
exactly.
show. He's enjoying
They
the
share
show.
the ball.
They got Bam Adebayo, who didn't come out of nowhere, but thanks to letting Hassan Whiteside leave,
Yeah,
he put him in the spotlight so he can be dominated.
yeah. I feel like that was definitely the way better move though.
Oh,
He's young. He just has way more talent. He can do more.
so you know how Jokic is like an assisting god as a center, right?
Yeah.
Bam Adebayo is the second center in the league in assist.
Is he really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
He's got
I
like
believe it though.
he's 5.9 assists, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
That's a crazy dynamic because you have a big, very good passing big guy, and then you like, as you said, Barry all around. And
Yeah.
their point guard, undrafted, Kendrick Nunn.
Yeah. Oh man, he's tough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Pat Riley he just knows how to find players.
It's the rings. It's all the rings he's got. He's
Yeah.
got like a Thanos like glove on him.
He just has I don't know. He just has like a sense, some type of sixth sense for it.
Mm-hmm. And
It's crazy.
they're trying to make a run at Giannis for free agency.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I don't know. Any last thoughts on your Brooklyn Nets though?
Man, all I know is the media bullshit needs to stop.
It needs to stop.
You're just trying to like tear them apart or something. I don't know why.
Hashtag
like,
stop the hate.
Facts. I'm expecting big things. I want Kyrie to win another ring. I want KD to win another ring. So like
KD needs it to prove like the fact that he went to the Warriors just to get titles, but that he needs to be able to prove like he did it on himself in a sense.
Yeah, he can definitely right now is definitely the time to do that. Like especially like going to the finals, they'll have to play the Lakers, the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
They have to play like a tough ass team in the West.
No matter who comes out the West, it's gonna be like with like a chip on their shoulder because you got both the Lakers situation for free agency, like LeBron becomes a free agent in 2021. So next year was gonna be his last year there. Not really, but you know what I'm saying, like in that step. So like if they don't make it to the finals, you don't know if LeBron leaves or something. And same with the Clippers. They got Kawhi and they got Paul George. They're free agents in 2021, so they're gonna try to make it to the finals next year if this year ain't successful. And think about it, because this year's gonna kind of have an asterisk next to it. I feel bad because like a championship is a championship, but people like say if Giannis wins this year, you know people are gonna be like, oh, but he didn't really win because it's like the Orlando like sports complex like championship, like what like so
they're just gonna find an excuse.
Exactly. So I feel like next year's NBA playoffs is gonna be the one with most at stake, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's gonna be like the most to prove season. Like everyone's gonna want to prove that they deserve it.
Mm-hmm. Now on to the next topic of our podcast. So on my first episode, my pilot episode, I had like told you guys what I believe were like the 8 best all-time teams for college basketball. But now I got my homie G out here, and we're going to debate who would actually win in a tournament. So
yes, sir.
We're going to start with Michigan State, versus North Carolina. So we're not gonna go in depth with each player, but I'm just gonna name them so that the people
Yeah.
get an idea. We got Magic Johnson, Jason Richardson, Denzel Valentine, Draymond Green, and Zach Randolph. And there's six men, Jaren Jackson Jr., who can play power forward. He can play a little small forward too. He's got a little bit
Yeah.
of handles.
He can play 3 to 5.
He can play 3 to 5. Versus UNC, who they got Charlie Scott, Michael Jordan, Billy. His nickname is the Kangaroo Kid, my G. I don't know. That shows you
That's
he
tough.
got cops. Billy Cunningham, James Worthy, Bob McAdoo, and their six men Vince Carter. So you got a guard forward on your bench.
I don't know. That's tough, man.
In college basketball setting, I can see like a team like Michigan State starting off the game very gritty, very like grit and grind, because they got a
Yeah.
lot of big guys that are just gonna post up and like do the dirty work on defense. And as a floor general, Magic Johnson, he's just gonna get his assist, baby.
Yeah. He's gonna just pick the floor apart.
So I can see Michigan State taking the lead, but with
But
UNC, man, I
UNC,
mean,
they got a lot of offense.
they got people that scored 20 points per game in their college careers. Like basically, like that's their average point per game for each player here. Like
Yeah.
just average it out. And not saying that everything's offense, but it's just you got Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan in March Madness
Yeah.
throughout his career, he was a dog, my G. Michael Jordan did
Yeah.
not back down. When he played Georgetown and made that game winner, blah. It was perfect. Cemented his legacy,
Facts.
his college legacy.
Yeah, you can't be MJ, man.
I gotta give
Even
it to
college
UNC.
MJ.
I gotta give it to UNC just because, like, the only way Michigan State would beat UNC is if they get in foul trouble or like MJ's like cold or something.
Yeah, they just suck. But that probably won't happen. Yeah,
That
I think
probably
it's gotta
wouldn't
go
happen.
with UNC.
Bro, you got James Worthy who played with MJ on the team too. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, you know what they say, great offense always beats great defense. So
mhm. And
I
like,
feel like that would be the
correct me
case.
if I'm wrong with this. Besides Magic Johnson, who on the Michigan State team would you say when you needed the most can give you a bucket?
Definitely not Draymond. Yeah, that's the thing though. Like, Michigan State's like you said, they're gritty. They're more like hustle defensively.
Mhm.
UNC's they're gonna score. So like, I don't know. I don't think Michigan State would beat them.
I think it's gonna like start off like a back and forth game. Like it could either go like 2-4, 2-4, 2-4, whatever, like
Yeah.
differential. But at the end, I think UNC would run away with it in the second half.
Yeah, they go on some like crazy offensive run.
Mm-hmm.
They
Just like all
turn it up.
cylinders, like no nonstop, like bucket, bucket, bucket. Like everyone on their
Yeah.
team can score. Like Bob McAdoo. People don't think about Bob McAdoo.
Yeah, Bob McAdoo scored.
He was a scoring center. So like Zach Randolph's a little too slow, a little too chubby
Yeah.
for like the matchup of like Bob McAdoo in that sense. So we both agree we're giving it to UNC in this matchup.
Yeah, UNC wins that.
UNC's got it. All right. The next matchup, ironically enough, we got Duke University, Kyrie Irving, JJ Redick. JJ Redick's like the greatest Duke player of all time.
Yeah,
Grant Hill, Zion Williamson, Christian Laettner, and I put as their six-man Carlos Boozer, who can play the 4 and can play the 5.
yeah.
Versus LSU, the Tigers, baby.
Oof.
Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. I like to call him the original Steph Curry because if you ever look on YouTube, his
Yeah,
highlights,
I know who he is.
he's just chucking them up and
Yeah.
like it's in and in, and you're like, wait, what? Fun fact: he averaged 29 points per game in college. All right, Pete Maravich, the
Damn.
highest leading scorer in college basketball history, 44.2
Yep.
points per game.
Pistol
You got
Pete.
Ben Simmons as a small forward. Can't shoot, but it's Ben Simmons. You get Bob Pettit. You get big baby Shaq Diesel.
Yep.
And then six-man, I put Garrett Temple because I really couldn't think of like who would be like the greatest because if you go down the list of LSU players, like they're all like average or mediocre NBA players that make up the rest of the team. But
Yeah.
I saw Garrett Temple. He's been in the league for so long, so I just had to put him in there. And he's a 3-point shooter.
Yeah, he's decent. I like Gary Temple.
He's in the Nets right now, right?
Yeah, I think so. He's either on the Nets or I think like the Kings, or he was on the Kings before.
He's played for the Kings before, but I'm as we speak, I'm gonna look it up. But first off, like when you look at it, like from what do you like based off stats on paper. When you look at him, he's currently with the Brooklyn Nets, by the way.
Oh, okay.
But when you look at it on paper, this is probably the toughest matchup we're gonna have, in my opinion.
I know.
Because on one side you got Duke, and then all those players were just great Duke players. Like there's no
Yeah.
denying it. Like even though Kyrie Irving played like what 11, 13
He
games,
only played 11 games.
but those were 11 good games because
11 great games.
that's what I'm saying. 17.5 points, 46.2 from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
Matchup wise, defensively, I think LSU would have this defensively because of the fact they have Shaq and then Christian Laettner isn't the strongest or tallest person.
I mean, I feel like I actually wrote this down. I said I feel like LSU will probably win it all. Like between the teams that we're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they would. And it's just they got so much like Shaq, Pete. Like I don't know. I feel like it would be too much. And I'm a Duke fan. I'm a crazy Duke fan.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I mean, facts are just facts though. I think LSU would win.
I think LSU wins it. It's not. It could be a close game. It could be a blowout. But I just see every scenario being LSU winning it because Kyrie Irving and JJ Redick are not gonna be able to guard Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf and Pete. They're not defensive players at all. They're just not gonna be able to stop them. Ben Simmons could like jump in and like guard like. Oh, I'm stupid. Ben Simmons isn't in Duke. All right. No, I mean Grant Hill could like do a little bit like switches, but then you're still gonna have liabilities whoever Kyrie or JJ Redick are guarding.
Yeah, that's why they'll probably just play whoever ball on Kyrie or
basically whoever
one of the guards.
Whoever's offense. So it's like, and then you give Ben Simmons to Shaq as a point guard, even though he's not the starting point guard. I feel like that's just an alley-oop madness or just like a
pick and roll, just
fish it out.
Abuse.
And
crazy like, abusive pick and roll. Like
Shaq in college was.
Yeah.
He was a different.
Shaq at any time was just crazy.
So
most dominant ever.
I think we can both agree that we will give it to LSU then.
Yes, sir.
So we got the Tigers going on. All right. So the next match for the next round is going to be UNC and LSU, but we'll cover that when we finish with the full first round.
Bet.
All right. This is an interesting matchup too. I can't lie. You got UCLA with my boy Baron Davis.
Hey, Russ.
I gave him Russell Westbrook as a shooting guard because, like, shooting guards historically would either have to have been, like, Zach LaVine or Drew Holiday. But, like, Russell Westbrook is play a two guard. Like, you can do that in college. You can have 2 point guards if you need to. You got arguably one of the greatest shooters in 2K history, Kiki Bandowee. You got my boy Kevin Love. You got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And I gave him as a six-man Bill Walton because Bill Walton won like 2-3 championships too in UCLA. Yeah. He was the successor to Abdul-Jabbar when they were winning like 10 championships back in like before we were born. And he can play power forward and center too. So like you got like you could give Kevin Love some rest or some like minutes on the bench. Then you got them facing off my boys Kansas, the Rock Chalk Jayhawks.
Ooh.
They got JoJo White, who on 2K he's like a 92 rated point guard in the Legends. So like. You already know that's a serviceable point guard. You got Andrew Wiggins. I put him as a shooting guard because I was like looking back in the history. I was like, I'm not gonna put Wayne Selden Jr. or Frank. Like they've been good with point guards. Like I was tempted to put Mario Chalmers.
Yeah.
But looking at the stats, JoJo White just had better stats in my opinion. So I just based his off stats.
Okay.
Andrew Wiggins. You get Paul Pierce, the truth.
Truth.
One of the greatest basketball players, like, not to Danny Manning. But Danny Manning's one of the few people that won a chip in Kansas.
Yeah.
So he's up there. And then you get Wilt the Stilt, baby. Chamberlain. How you doing?
Wilt the Stilt.
And the six man's trust the process, Joel Embiid.
Oh. Damn, I didn't realize how deep Kansas and UCLA were.
Because Kansas got, like, if I keep on going for Kansas, you got the Morris twins, Kelly Oubre Jr., Devontae Graham, Cole Aldrich, Nick Collison, they got some people in UCLA.
Yeah.
UCLA is like the deepest college in my opinion, because you get Mark Eden. Have you played 2K enough to know who Mark Eden is?
Yeah, I know who that is.
Mark Eden was a defensive machine. Holy
Yeah.
my God! You get Mark Eden as another small forward. You get Jamal Wilkes. Like the rest of UCLA's like old school basketball players, but it's like
Yeah.
they were still ballers. Like George McCann, they just had like both teams are very deep. That's the one thing.
Yeah.
Fun
Oh,
fact.
that's hard.
Hey, fun fact. In 2K, I got bored one week, and I say a week for a reason. So I created an all-time college basketball my league.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Oh,
with the
snap.
rosters and everything, and I've adjusted people's stats. So like in Syracuse, you got Carmelo like a 98 because he won a chip. Like I
Yeah.
try to incorporate as many colleges as you can. There's obviously like teams that are incomplete. Like I had to do Oregon with 4 people, but like the rest of the league was perfect, and the people that won the first year, UCLA.
Man, UCLA or Kansas? That's tough. I don't
Think
know,
about this.
man.
Think about this. They both have a power forward center and center on the bench duo. That's crazy because
Yeah.
Kevin Love, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kevin Love can stretch the floor. Kareem will dominate the post. If they get tired or something, they'll waltz him. Boom, you're in, baby. What's the, no problems with that. And same with
Yeah.
Kansas. You get Danny Manning, who's like a 6'8" power forward, so he's got like the small forward agility, the movement. So he will make Kevin Love have to chase him, and Kevin Love's not the defensive guy.
Yeah.
And then Wilt and Joel Embiid, they could even play together if you wanted to. You can make one of them be a power forward.
Yeah. Put Joel at the 4.
But I think this matchup will be determined by either if Russell Westbrook can exploit Andrew Wiggins' lack of defense,
Yeah.
or because if you look at it, it's only going to be Paul Pierce or Will Chamberlain scoring for Kansas in reality.
Yeah. UCLA they have like a shitload of scorers. And then you got like Zach LaVine and the Holidays.
That's what I'm saying. All the holidays.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I might put UCLA on top of this
UCLA?
matchup. Yeah.
I feel like if there was any game of these that would have to go to overtime, my G.
It would be this one. Yeah. This would go to like double, triple OT easily.
Don't matter. Never end. I don't want it to end. Like just keep playing.
Facts.
Because Baron Davis was overrated in college just because he didn't do that much statistically. But like what we know from Baron Davis now in the NBA and the type of like baller he was.
Yeah, he's a dog.
I don't think JoJo White would be able to contain him like that. So I give it to UCLA. I just see like every position matchup, like they're being a flawed for Kansas, except for the Wilt and Kareem, because that's just too difficult. I don't want people to hate on me saying like a person, because you can't go wrong. You really can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong with either one of them.
Exactly. So I agree with you. We gotta go with UCLA for this one, my G.
Yeah.
All right. Last matchup. I'm a big UConn and UNC fan, by the way. So I got my boys, the Huskies. You got Kemba Walker, Cardiac Kemba,
yes, Cardiac Kemba,
Square Garden. Boom. You got Jesus Shuttlesworth, Ray Allen,
sir.
Caron Butler, Rudy Gay, Andre. I just rebound because it's the only thing I can do. Drummond. And Richard Hamilton, a.k.a. Rip.
Rip Hamilton. Oh, man.
And, like, if you go down their list, they got people like Jeremy Lamb. They got people like Hashim Thabit. He was a beast in college, but, like, not in the NBA, obviously. Shabazz Napier. Remember?
That's who I was thinking of. Shabazz
Napier was, like, another step for them. Daniel Hamilton, he played, like, recently. He was, like, in Oklahoma City for a bit, but, like, didn't make it in the league. Those are, like, the key people that you can think of with UConn recently, especially after Jim Calhoun, like, the time he was, like, in UConn. He just developed that program like crazy.
Definitely.
Ben Gordon. You remember Ben Gordon?
Oh, Ben Gordon.
He was a shooter. That man, when he was it Chicago and then he went to Detroit and then he became trash, or was it he was good in Detroit but then went to Chicago?
No, he was good in Detroit.
It was good in Detroit. Okay, I just
Uh,
wanted to think.
He was going to Chicago too. I feel like to
But he
me,
had
like
like a little bit of a downfall or like a
yeah,
drop.
he did. He definitely did. He definitely did fell off. Yeah, that was bad too. Cause like Ben Gordon was nice.
He was a scoring machine back in the day.
Yeah, like
He's a good
he was
guard.
a killer.
And he was a good fit to that Detroit Pistons team with Tyshawn Prince, Chauncey Billups, uh,
Facts.
Wallace, both Wallaces. Cause
Both Wallaces.
ball don't lie, my G. Ball don't lie.
Facts.
But as much as I love UConn, we gotta look at Georgetown. Cause boy, oh boy, you
Yeah,
got
Georgetown. My
Sleepy
boy Pat.
Floyd. Sleepy Floyd. I always wonder in 2K why this man's name is Sleepy, and I've never been able to find anything. Their shooting guard, the answer, Allen
Yes,
Iverson.
sir.
Allen Iverson. Their small forward, Jeff Green. Jeff Green was nice in college,
Jeff
and
Green
then
was nice as hell in college.
and even though he's inconsistent in the league, he's still serviceable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I
if
feel
you
like
need a player in your rotation, Jeff Green can be like, it's okay.
yeah, teams. I feel like teams really don't give him the opportunity. Like
Mhm.
they just throw him in whenever they feel like it, and he doesn't get his shine.
Exactly. Because for those Boston Celtics and Oklahoma City Thunder teams earlier in his career, he was making a couple game winners. He was like playing in crunch time minutes.
Yeah,
He's
he
got
was the
that.
guy.
He's got that game winner against Miami, the LeBron era, right? In the
Yep.
corner, was like not an exact fadeaway, but like he was moving back, and he made
Yeah,
it.
that
It's
was a
like
tough ass shot.
let's go.
I remember that game too.
hmm
I was upset.
You got Alonso Mourning and Patrick Ewing as your power forward center duo. And
Damn.
and I had to put as a six man, Dikembe Mutombo. He really will only be able to play for you as a center,
Yeah, he's not really like
but it's
the
still
scorer.
okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like having Dikembe Mutombo be your six man.
yeah, he'll shut you down though. He'll play D.
Some notable people that they had throughout the years: Greg Monroe, uh, what's his name? Otto Porter Jr. from Chicago for the Chicago
Oh, I
Bulls.
like Otto Porter.
Otto Porter Jr. That's pretty much it. I really can't think of anyone on the spot that went to Georgetown. Mac McClung, you've heard of that guy, Mac
Yeah,
McClung?
Mac McClung. I like the bro. His
Oh, he's
bounce is
got jams,
ridiculous.
and he transferred.
Did he really? Oh,
Yeah,
actually, no. I did see that. I seen it
I
on his
forgot what
Instagram.
school, but he had transferred out this year.
Damn, that's crazy.
And it's kind of cool because Patrick Ewing is the coach for Georgetown now, and he's on the team that we make like for the all-time team. So,
Yeah, that's dope.
what's your analysis when you first hear the teams, UConn versus Georgetown?
I don't know, man, because I'm biased. Allen Iverson was one of the reasons why I started playing basketball. So, like, but that UConn, man, UConn's got
UConn's
some.
known for going on those runs. That's what the first thing
Yeah,
I can say. Whenever you doubt UConn, Kemba Walker will be like
that's
getting
what
up
I'm
from his
saying.
seat.
Cardiac
Being like,
Kemba.
what did you say? You saying we're trash? Like they won 8 or 9 games in a row that time that they went to the championship.
Yeah,
My problem here is this. If Alonso Mourning's your power forward, either Rudy Gay will have to struggle or Alonso Mourning's going to get tired of chasing Rudy Gay around or
yeah,
having to guard him in the perimeter. But then you got Dikembe Mutombo for that because UConn don't really have – Hasheem Tavit ain't going to be able to stop Dikembe Mutombo on the bench if you need to give
yeah.
bench minutes. So
Ah,
but all right, hold up. Think about this. Besides Allen Iverson, who's gonna be the second person to step up and score for Georgetown?
yeah. That's the thing. They don't have that one. UConn's got
Ray
3.
Allen and Kemba Walker, and like if Caron Butler's playing like he used to do in college,
Even Caron Butler too. Rudy Gay. I don't know. I might have to put UConn on top.
before even talking about it, I was gonna say UConn, but trying to look into it, Jeff Green's 6'9" too.
Yeah,
So Georgetown has the height advantage in this, and
they're way bigger.
so if it becomes a battle of the board situation, whoever gets the most rebounds in the game eventually will win the
Usually wins.
basketball
Yeah,
game or whatever. But I just can't see Kemba Walker's call because Kemba. We're thinking about this
college
kind of like
Kemba Walker. college Kemba Walker is
That's what I'm saying. You
like
gotta think
he's
about it like
different.
college versions. So like Kemba Walker in college was just unstoppable.
Yeah, he was a killer.
Hmm And Ray
Yeah,
Allen too. Ray Allen too.
yeah, yeah.
So
Young Ray Allen. Oh my God.
and he had Hobbs back in the day too. He was like
Yeah, he was
slashing
catching
and
some
everything.
crazy posters. Yeah, UConn's going on top.
You got UConn? Okay.
Yeah, I gotta
Got
put
UConn.
UConn on
Got UConn.
top.
So to recap real quick, we have UNC beating Michigan State and
Yep.
LSU beating Duke. So now we got UNC and LSU. And we said UCLA, right? Beating Kansas.
Yeah.
So we got UCLA versus UConn that just now defeated Georgetown. So let's go with UNC versus LSU.
Ooh.
In my opinion, if we're doing this in the actual game, UNC is loaded, like not just in the starting lineup, but like with the bench too, because then you have people. Harrison Barnes was a beast for them.
Yeah.
Tyler Hansbrough. I'm kind of blanking. Kenny Smith. Kenny Smith was a point guard god for them in UNC.
Yeah. And
But
even like recent players, what's his name? The point guard
Cole
they had
Anthony.
for 4 years. Huh?
Cole Anthony. What you said? 4 years.
No. He played Joel Berry.
Joel
That's what his name
Barrett,
was.
bro. He's one of my
Yeah,
favorite college
bro.
basketball players of all time.
He was a dog,
He
bro.
was a killer with the way he could dribble and then just pass and
Yeah.
score and shoot. Doesn't even
I
matter.
used to hate like when UNC played Duke because I knew like he was just gonna snap. I used to hate that because he's a dog.
Oh no, he really is. You got Marcus Page too. Marcus Page was decent
Yeah,
for the UNC time. Marvin Williams.
yeah, Marvin Williams.
I find it hilarious because Atlanta drafted Marvin Williams with like a top 5 pick when the man wasn't even in the starting lineup.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy. I have a fun trivia question for you real quick because that just reminded me. So
All right.
NBA All-Star game, there's only been 3 times that a player that wasn't a starting lineup player made it to the All-Star game.
Yeah.
2 times it was Kobe Bryant.
What?
The first 2 years he was in the league, he made it to the All-Star game, but he was the 6th man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's
So
Kobe for you.
who do you think was the third?
You giving options, or I just gotta think.
I'll give you options.
All right.
You got Kevin McHale,
Kevin McKay. Oh,
John Havlicek, Robert Parrish,
okay.
or Dennis Johnson. I think you got the theme of all the players I mentioned.
I feel I don't think it's Kevin McHale,
Okay.
but I could
I'll tell
be
you
wrong.
that. You're right. It's not Kevin
Okay.
McHale. So I'll tell you. You're right.
Who else did you say again?
John Hondo Havlicek,
Havlicek. Okay.
Robert Parrish, and
Parrish.
Dennis Johnson.
I feel like it's Parrish. Wrong. Okay. Dennis Johnson.
Nah, it's my boy
Really?
John. It's John Havlicek. He's the first ever person that did it, and then Kobe did it 2 years after him.
No way.
He did it in 1980. No, not 80. 74, I believe.
Jesus. Yo, that's crazy.
No, like I love playing with John Havlicek on 2K because like I'd be
Yeah,
like,
he's a bucket.
he's a bucket. I didn't like people be like, oh, he's an old school player. I can't even shoot with him. He can shoot. He can shoot. Trust
He
me.
can shoot. But you just got to know how to use him.
Exactly. In 2K, you have to always acknowledge the fact that it's not how good you are. It's how good you know how to use different players.
Exactly.
So back to the topic. So UNC versus LSU. The problem with LSU that I'm just gonna exploit is besides their starting 5, you got Garrett Temple, Jarrell Martin, you got Antonio Blakeney, you got
You can throw Tremont Waters in there.
Tremont Waters, you got
Yeah.
what's the other big guy? That not Jarrell Martin, the other one. Naz Reid. Naz Reid was really good for LSU. Naz Reid. That's kind of it, my G. Because back in the day, it wasn't like that of a dominant basketball school. They had Shaq, Pettit, Maravich. But still, Do you think
their starting five is
that's what I'm getting at? Do you think
unmatched.
that their starting five is still good enough for this?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Because, like, you like, for all of these, though, you still got to take into account, like, the atmosphere of the game and, like, people choking, people not showing up.
Exactly.
But, like, I just feel like LSU would win.
You do?
I really do.
Because this is my assessment to the situation. Michael Jordan in college was a tactical genius, and they
Yeah.
had Dean Smith. So you have someone like Ben Simmons that can't shoot.
Yeah.
I feel like UNC would make their defensive scheme to be, all right, double team Shaq. Let Ben Simmons open whenever he's on top of the key.
Yeah, because he's not going to shoot.
So they would do some smart tactic or some bullshit to just.
Yeah. That comes along with it, though. Like, the coaches, the game plan, like, everything just has to go into account.
But LSU has a lot of firepower. But
yeah,
this is another very tight matchup because you can arguably say that both teams are really good in offense and in defense at the same time.
yeah,
Not just one singular person. Like, they have multiple people that can do both things.
yeah. I don't know. This is definitely a triple OT matchup.
For
Definitely
sure.
a triple OT
This is
matchup.
definitely like a last minute game winner, buzzer beater type situation.
Yeah.
Something down the wire. But
I don't know.
if it's if you think about it as a March Madness atmosphere, like everything's like intense, you gotta play defense and everything.
Yeah.
But you never know what can happen. I'll give it to LSU because just because it's Michael Jordan doesn't necessarily mean they have to win. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's Michael Jordan and you got Shaq. It's like, I don't know.
it's a
I just
crazy.
feel like it's your, like, offensive or defensive preference of who you think would win. Like, what type of offense you would run, what type of defense you would run too. But I feel like I got to give it to LSU.
I'll give it to LSU just because the fact that the Pete Maravich and Abdul Rauf combo.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
You only gotta worry about Michael Jordan because Charlie Scott can score, but Charlie Scott wasn't that good defensive. So
yeah,
but you also have to take account how far can LSU go without Ben Simmons shooting?
yeah,
So
that's the thing.
we're gonna go with LSU. I'll agree with you. We're going with LSU.
All right, LSU.
So we got UConn versus UCLA, baby.
That's tough because both of these teams are like they're smaller, kind of. So they have more like.
I would say UCLA's bigger.
Oh yeah, actually yeah.
Bill Walton and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and then you get Mark Eden, and then
yeah.
I have to give it to UCLA on this one.
UCLA.
Unless Kemba Walker does a cardiac Kemba type miracle out of nothing.
Yeah. I
Because
can see that.
UConn will need to shoot better than UCLA to win this. Does that make sense? Like, with the offensive repertoire they have, like, they would just have to be.
Yeah, definitely Kemba and Ray. Karan. They all have to hit their shots.
Exactly. Like, you
Really
can't
good
have.
too.
They have to have a better field goal percentage than UCLA in this I see them winning. Because Andre Drummond, sure, he got you 2.7 blocks per game in college, but how much does that really mean when you're facing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Exactly. Somebody who's just so dominant, like he's not gonna be able to stick him.
And say that Abdul-Jabbar fouls out. Don't worry, Bill Walton's here to save the day with his, like, humor and everything. He'll just be talking shit to my boy Andre Drummond and just making fun of him, saying all the weird things he says on commentary, yo. I gotta give it to UCLA. That's my opinion.
You know, I think I gotta agree with you because UCLA, like, now that I'm thinking about it, they are bigger. They're gonna get more rebounds.
Mhm.
And those bigs are getting those rebounds are scorers. So they're going to score.
Offensive
It's like,
rebound battle. It's UCLA. You got Kevin Love, arguably one of the top 10 greatest rebounders of all time.
yeah.
Rudy Gay ain't stopping that. Rudy Gay actually going to box out Kevin Love.
Rudy Gay can jump out the gym, but he's not going to move Kevin Love out the way.
Exactly. So when you look at it in the bigger picture.
I got to give it to UCLA.
All right, so we agree. UCLA. Sad to see my UConn Huskies go, but so we got the championship game, baby. You got the Louisiana State Tigers versus the UCLA Bruins. What the heck even is a Bruin? I don't even know what a Bruin is.
I don't know what a Bruin is either, honestly. I might have to look that up.
Hey, man. I mean, there's Boston Bruins, but, like, it's just a logo with a B. So, I mean, I don't know what you're trying to tell me. So, first, on paper, you got Baron Davis versus Abdul Rauf. I feel like none of them two are going to be good defensive against each other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, they're
both of them are
just
going
going to score.
They're both going to score. You got Russell Westbrook versus Pete Maravich.
Oof. Russ can play D, though.
Russ can play D, but Pete Maravich is going to be more technical, I guess you could call it, like, or fundamentally sound, when Russell Westbrook's just going to be like adrenaline and all.
Russ is just like he's a freak.
Exactly. So Russ is just going to be energy, like bouncing off the walls, while Pete Maravich is going to be like a crossover. Or
he's thinking about it more than Russ would, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like Russ is he's on go, but Pete he definitely think about things more.
The thing for me is that Russell Westbrook sometimes, even though he means well, he can be a liability to his team.
Yeah, definitely.
So, like the way that he'll do a pick and roll, like back in OKC when he was there with Steven Adams, do a pick and roll up and down and be like, oh, wait, I can't actually shoot it. Wait, let me just pass it to Steve last minute.
Pass it out last second, yeah.
Exactly. So, sure, he got his triple-doubles and his assists and all that, but at the end of the day, it wasn't like the best situation for the team.
Yeah.
So that's the one fault in that matchup. And you got Kiki Bandewy with for Ben Simmons. So you got the guy that can really shoot against the guy that can't shoot
at all.
But Ben Simmons can defend. Kiki Bandewy ain't the most offensive.
Yeah.
You got Bob Pettit, arguably one of the greatest historically, like, big man of all time, against Kevin Love, and they both are tenacious rebounders. So that's kind of even. Kevin Love can shoot.
Yeah, he can. I got to give the edge to Bob, though. I feel like just something like he would exploit that matchup somehow.
He would, because Kevin Love isn't the most defensive, but Bob Pettit could hold his own on defense. So
exactly.
And then you get probably the craziest center matchup in this whole tournament.
Yep.
Shaq versus Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, bro.
Man. That's unreal. That's an unreal matchup. Like, that is just crazy.
Think about it. Because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would, like, call for the ball in the post and, like, just shimmy, or, like, a dribble skyhook.
Yeah.
While as in Shaq would just call for the ball in the post and just try to bully Kareem and just, like, boom, damn it. That's it. So it's kind of, hey, think about it like this. It's kind of like the Russell Westbrook versus Pete Maravich situation where one's technical, but the other one's more like just energy-driven.
Yeah, Shaq's definitely more energy-driven. He's the big guy.
Mm-hmm.
But Kareem, he's got the footwork.
He does.
I mean, Shaq has footwork, too.
He used to.
Like,
He used to have that.
Shaq could just move you out the way.
Mm-hmm. Shaq would be like the person in 2K that would just call for the ball in the post and then hit the right stick, like the round, so you can just pass around the person and just like dunk. While Kareem is the person that in 2K will actually try to fuck around with the fadeaways and like the hook shots and all that.
Yeah. Oh man, that is like even. That's tough for me.
I'm gonna give it to UCLA. On the spot, I'm saying this already. I'm gonna give it to UCLA just because of LSU's depth.
Okay, I can see that. I don't know, man.
Because again, it is a big game, and normally you don't have to use your whole rotation. Never happens.
Yeah, you probably go only 7 deep.
So But it's just those little pieces that, like, sure, you get Garrett Temple and you get Gerald Martin or Nas Reed, so you can get a big guy, whatever.
Yeah.
But, like,
That's
are they
another thing. I
really?
feel like UCLA would definitely run the fast break better, though.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
Yeah,
they
they're
got the
quicker.
pieces with Baron Davis and Westbrook.
Yeah,
And then
that's
you get
crazy.
someone like Kiki that can just, like, be like a Ray Allen fast break person that's just waiting on the top three-pointer,
Yeah.
waiting for the ball.
You know what? I might have to agree with you.
I was about to make the case for LSU because I feel like LSU has the better defense, though, as a whole team, because you got Ben Simmons, Bob Pettit, Shaquille O'Neal, and Pete Maravich can still defend for his position at least.
Yeah.
But I have to see UCLA just dominating the boards, the fast break, everything. Like, it's gonna be a close battle the whole game.
Yeah. Again, that's another triple OT game.
That's another one. That's another one. But
nah, yeah, I think I'm gonna switch up. I think I'm gonna say UCLA wins it all.
UCLA. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So here you have it, folks. Our winner for this whole all-time college basketball is UCLA. So I guess 2K doesn't lie. So who do you think would be the MVP of this tournament?
The MVP?
Yeah, it would have to be someone from UCLA because they won. That's the one thing I'll say.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't feel like it would be Baron Davis or Westbrook.
Nah. I say someone like either Kevin Love or Abdul-Jabbar probably. Based off the matchups like the Kansas one, you have to think about this. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in this tournament, for us, he faced Wilt Chamberlain, Joel Embiid, Andre Drummond, and Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
And he held his own.
Yeah, I feel like it would probably be Kareem.
It probably would have to be Kareem. Or
Yeah,
Kevin Love could steal it too, just because it's Kevin Love in college. He was a different type of animal
Yeah,
too.
it would just be whoever just got the best of their matchups, like throughout the whole tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like it would be Kareem though.
I agree with you. You got any last thoughts on this whole all-time teams or like do you have another school you wanted to see me do like a team for?
Let me see. What about like Villanova?
Villanova, they're not that deep because the problem is they got Kyle Lowry, Kerry Kittles, Doug West, Eric Pascal, and they're big. They don't have like a good NBA. They don't have any centers that made it to the NBA.
Yeah, I was like, as you were talking, I was literally just trying to think of other colleges.
Dante DiVincenzo is another guard. Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Omari Spellman. You remember Omari Spellman?
Oh yeah, Omari Spellman. Yeah.
So, okay, you got a center. There you go. That's your center.
Who else?
I thought about doing this because, like, you're a Nets fan. I thought about doing Texas because they would have I forgot the name of their point guard. It's like one of those old school point. It's like something Murray. I forgot the name.
Yeah.
You got Avery Bradley, KD, LaMarcus Aldridge, and then they have like 6 centers on their bench. So basically, Tristan Thompson, Jared Allen, Mo Bamba, PJ Tucker.
Yeah.
They're a deep team. They're a good deep team.
That's a pretty good team. What about Syracuse?
They're not the deepest, but their starting lineup is basically Dave Bing, who's like a 90-something in 2K. He's like back in the 70s. He averaged like 30 points. He was really good. They got Dion Waiters as their shooting guard, Carmelo.
Dion Waiters.
You got Jeremy Grant. And have you heard of Ronnie Sekeli?
Yeah.
So that's their center. And the bench is like people like Michael Carter-Williams, Malachi Richardson, CJ Kerr. Like, their bench is not the deepest. Hakeem Warwick.
Yeah. That's not.
But I'm a big Carmelo fan, so like I mean, I feel like Carmelo would just carry that team on his shoulders and be like, I got this.
Facts. Melo at Syracuse, that was just like he was different. That was a different player.
That was 1 year. That was all in one season.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's ridiculous. Young Melo is just different. Definitely one of my top 5 favorite players of all time. Young Melo. Definitely.
Any last thoughts on the whole podcast, Najee?
Man, just thank you for putting me on here, man. I've been watching.
My guy. Of course, I had to have my homies on here eventually. I gotta
Of
have
course, bro.
everyone on here. And thank you for being with us, my guy. Appreciate
No
it.
problem,
Appreciate it.
man. Yo,
Appreciate
I
it.
miss you, dog. I miss the Rider days.
Bro, I miss playing pickup on the SRC every day, my G.
Facts, bro. I miss that the most.
That's what I'm saying. It was like routine. I would go to my classes, eat lunch, eat dinner, or whatever, like do homework. All right, word. I'm done. I'm done. Word.
SRC.
SRC, nonstop.
Facts.
I'll be there until I drop.
Facts, bro. I miss those days.
And the times we would hit up alumni gym and just shoot around the one-on-one,
Yeah,
the crazy
especially like
one-on-one.
late night, bro. I miss those days. Definitely.
There you have it, folks. G, thank you for joining us again.
No
Thank you
problem,
for
dog.
listening. Thank you for joining us, watching or listening on SoundCloud or YouTube, whatever it is. And this is it. Peace out, my people.